guys, Jack Dice here. Welcome to Tough Fishing 101. Today, I'm out here on Smith Mountain Lake in Virginia, fishing for some cold water bass. It's going to be a tough day. The bite is going to be super slow. I mean, there's ice on ponds around me. The very backs of these coves have ice crystallized on top. My guide's ice up. My hands are freezing. You know, it's one of those snotsicle kind of days. But we're gonna go for it. The positives are we got wind and clear water. Two huge deals. And then Smith is just a great cold water fishery. It sets up great for cold water because you've got these expanses of ripraps, you got docks, two things that are gonna keep fish shallow, which for me as a bank angler is gonna be pivotal. Hope you enjoy this episode. Every bite will count, so let's get it. Alright, we're starting off with the shaky head. Basically, the reason I'm choosing a shaky head, even though the conditions are really good for a jerkbait, is that a shaky head is really good at getting bites. And when I'm fishing from the bank, that's kind of, a jerkbait is way harder to fish from the bank than a shaky head and get bites from. So I'm going to go with that for now. I'm definitely going to try a jerkbait later, but for now I want to start off with something and just see if there's any fish shallow and on the bottom. Because if I can catch them on a shaky, then I'll know that they're more on the bottom. But if not, I'll go to that jerkbait and I'll stick with it.
Big one, big fish, holy crap, big giant fish, big giant one, holy crap. Big giant fish. I couldn't even tell. Stay down. Giant. Big old fish.
Look at that!
Oh my gosh! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Oh, dude, stuck him in the roof of the mouth. The reason I've been changing, I was using BMC hooks. They've been a little cheap. I went ahead and paid the money, which is ridiculous, for a Strike King shaky head. They have Gamakatsu hooks. I barely set the hook and it drilled him through the bone. He was not coming off. 8-pound line. I was just thinking, you know, it may be slow, but they're here, and if I slow down, I can't get a bite.
Nice. Alright, beautiful fish on that shaky head. We're gonna let her go. There's a beautiful fish. There she goes. I can still see her. Giant fish.
Yes! Yes! That's what cold water's all about. Slowing down and just being patient. It's so hard when your hands are going numb and you're just dragging it so slow. But when you get a fish like that, it's all worth it.
Hey guys, Jack Dice here from Finesse Fishing, and today I'm talking about fishing slow finesse in the wintertime. You know, today it was a classic example of slowing down to get bites. I was fishing extremely clear water, extremely cold water. There's ice on the edge of the shallow water. It's just really cold. The guides are icing up. My hands are numb. And the fish are just as cold. That water is super cold, below 50 easy. And to get bites, you have to slow down sometimes when the water gets that cold. So for me, I would want to get the most bites possible, and to me, to get those bites, I have to go finesse and I have to go small. So today I was fishing a shaky head. This is a 1/8 ounce striking shaky head with a zoom trickworm in watermelon seed, and I was fishing that along docks. Docks are great in the wintertime because they provide a sense of provide structure. A lot of times docks have riprap banks lined along the side edges, and those rocks and those posts on the dock are going to hold sun, and that sunlight are going to hold heat from the sun beating down on them, and they're going to hold crawfish, and the algae that blooms on them will often attract shad and other bait that the bass can feed on. And docks are really great because it allows a fish to move from shallow to deep and back again very easily. Usually, especially with steeper banks, it's not hard for fish at all. And so what I was doing, I was just fishing slow, keying in on that rock and keying in on those docks. You know that one big bite we had, I threw back under the dock. I dragged it out, and it was just coming out from under the dock, hitting that sunlight when she picked it up, and it was a big fish. But fishing it extremely slow, I was barely moving that rod tip, just little twitches, just to give that worm a little bit of action. You don't want to overdo it. The fish are slow, and the crawdads are slow, and everything's slow, so you don't want to go too fast that it's unnatural. And so for me, a shaky head is an amazing way to do that. They just get so many bites. And that's how I attack finesse fishing in the wintertime in this super cold water. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Hope this helped you. Until next time, peace.